Hey guys, this is Sage Wisdom, and I'm here to do a reading for the Sagittariuses, okay? So this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or anybody that's watching that may know a Sagittarius and want to find out information about the Sagittarius. You're in the right place. So thank you for joining me. All right, we're going to start with the prayer, and then I'm going to go into the overall energy and then go into my tarot spread that's laid out right here, okay? Thank you, God, for this opportunity to read for the sun sign of Sagittarius. I'm calling in my spiritual team, my ancestors, my spirit guides, the high council, all those energies and entities that's of light and love. I invite you in right now. Anything that's not in the highest good, we just dismiss that energy and prevent it from even penetrating the veil. That's for clear and accurate messages, clear communication, clear understanding from our part, from God through me to the collective at this time. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, guys. So the overall energy for Saggies. We got forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader that you wish that you had. Okay. So this is the first card in your overall energy. And what this card is talking about is being courageous during a time where you may not feel as strong or courageous as you would want to be, but giving yourself that permission to kind of move forward as you figure things out as you go, because it may not all be detailedly mapped out. You may have an ideal of what you want and have an ideal of where you want to be and how you're going to get there, but the details of it is unclear. You know what I'm saying? They're saying don't get caught up in those small little minute details. Keep your goal in mind. You know what I'm saying? Pray for direction each and every day that you wake up, and give yourself permission to start taking that trip. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about how you're going to get past all this to get here. You know what I'm saying? Have your goal in mind. Have your mindset focus on that goal so that you can get there, okay? They're saying that you have skills this lifetime and through this experience that other people don't have. And you can't follow a path that's already been paved. They want you to create something new moving forward. That's the energy right here, okay? All right, so the next card, your overall energy, is the 7 Star Sisters. It says birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. Okay, so it kind of resonates with what I was just speaking on, what we were just speaking on about creating something new. You know what I'm saying? Not following a path, or people say, oh, you can't do such and such. Yes, you can. They may not have been able to do it because maybe they didn't have the skills and the abilities that you have. So you're paved in a new way to start something new. You're creating. You're in creative mode is what they're saying. So it's about being an artist, being in your creative mode. And some of you, it might have to do with your children, like, you're either pregnant and birthing children to this world, or thinking about having another baby. It could be about child rearing, like the way that you rear your child may be different from how your parents did it, or how people are advising you to do it, or what all the books say. Okay, like Dr. Spock, all that stuff like that is different, because we're ushering in a new type of human beings in this world. Is the children are different growing up, so we have to change how we function in relation to them, like the ways that worked for us in our generation X, or the ways that it worked for the baby boomers is not the same for this new generation coming up, is what they're saying. So it's talking about you being called to use your creativity, your intuition on how to get through this, and you're creating a new way, is what they're saying. See? And for some of you, if it's not about children, it could be about starting a new business, a new book, something that's in the creative field, something that you're developing that's not yet in this world, but you're going to create it for this world. Okay, so it's a different way, is what Spirit is saying. So it's about birthing and creating. Okay. The next card in your overall energy is the Golden Children, and it's talking about the inner child, tenderness, innocence, and a rare gift. And let me show you this card real quick so you can see what I see. And so with this card, it is more so about the mission. The mission that we are on, and that maybe our children are on. And if this is about children, okay, because when you're reading this for more than one person, the children that you birth into this world at this time, they are different. and that's what they're calling them, the golden children is what they call these children. And these children have worked off most of their karma from previous lifetimes, so they come into this world already with their intuitive skills and abilities. They're not having to work off past karma to get to that level like most of us have had to in the past. So you may find that these children, when they're in school, they're bored. So when the kids are bored in school, they may have behavior issues. So it's like finding a way to work through these issues with these kids, okay, as their mother or father, as their parental figure. So they want you, when you're working with these children, to encourage them and to nurture them and to nourish them. So be more supportive. Like think of like the water aspect. Maybe your baby could be a cancer, sun sign cancer, but think about the water aspect of nurturing them, encouraging them, pouring into them is what they're saying. Realize when you are at like a frustrating point with these kids that they are trying their best. So you got to remember that, and that you have to treat them tenderly, like with a tender heart. So you have to have more compassion, more patience when you work with them. If not, like your heart and stance will make them more hardened, and then to make their journey more difficult. Whereas if you just change your stance and like, let me just not take these people advice because this is my child and it's different. It really is different now, is what they're saying. So, and they're also saying, like, if it's not pertaining to a child, it could be talking about nourishing your inner child, and maybe you're developed and you're on that level where you work past all your karma, your past karma and all the trauma. You work through that stuff. So now it's like you're ready to create. Like once you work through your childhood trauma and your issues or past karma from different lifetimes, you more in your creative mode. You have more that God mindset where you can create. You know what I'm saying? Be a co-creator. So they want you, as if you're still in the midst of this process where you're still like working through the last bit of the karma and it's about to be done. That's what they feel like it is. It may feel real chaotic right now. They saying be tender with yourself. Don't be harsh with yourself. Nourish and take care of yourself. Take time off to love yourself, to pamper yourself, to do things that make you feel mellow as this time is like closing out, is what they're saying. Okay, so it's either your inner child or your actual child, or it could be both for some people, is what Spirit is saying. Okay, so yeah, it's about your inner child having tenderness, and just realize it's a rare gift, and stuff may feel chaotic now, or you may be on the end part of working through some karma, and just be patient because something greater is coming, is what Spirit is saying. Okay, all right, so the next card in your overall energy is the gratitude card. So you like, how do I do it? Like, what do I do? How do I be tender and nurture through this time for myself or my children? Okay, having gratitude is simple. Like we get so caught up in the technicality of things, or wrapped up in our problems, that we can't pull back and see the bigger picture. And what they're saying, that they want you to be thankful for what you come through and where you are. Because if you look back a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, if you look back and then look at what your goals were back then versus like looking at now, have I accomplished any of those? I'm sure you'll be able to check out at least 2 to 3 of the 5, for example, that you have on the list. So being thankful for the 3 goals that you accomplished, and just realize that you're still working. As long as we live in, we're still working towards our goal. Okay, so having gratitude, being grateful no matter what the situation, because even though we work through stuff is not easy. Sometimes we have like times where we just feel like we want to give up, but the thing is we keep pushing forward, and the way you do it is not like you push past your stress or your frustration. You take a moment and just think about where I was and where I am now, and then just putting that in perspective, the fact that 3 years ago this is what I wanted and I accomplished that. So for sure, in a year, 2, 3 more years, I'm going to have this goal accomplished. It's not going to be easy, because it's not. Nothing in life that's worth something is easy. So they're saying be more grateful no matter what the situation, because knowing that you will come through it. It may not be the easiest situation to come through, but you will come through it. So, but when you have gratitude, it raises a lower vibration to a higher one. So you're moving out of that negative mindset to like a higher stance. Okay? They're also saying don't allow yourself to be surrounded by a whole bunch of negative people, because they can bring your vibration down too. Okay, so they want you, that life is working in your favors, whether you know it or not. It's working in your favor. And when you feel like it's not, take that look back, where you were, where you at now, and then where you want to go. And that puts stuff in perspective, and it makes you feel better about what you're doing, because you see, I am making progress. I do see results. It's just not exactly where I wanted to be. I'm maybe in the middle phase of it, but I want to be here. So just having gratitude that you that you've come from one place to another, and then being grateful that you had the ability and the know-with-all to get to that point should like make you feel a sense of satisfaction. Just being appreciative of yourself in this current moment based on what you're going through. Whether, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may have a frustrating day. You might need to take a day off work. That's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? You might need to take a bubble bath or take a little trip to the beach and get some like fresh air and fresh salt water to kind of cleanse your system out. You do the things to nurture yourself to get you to a better space emotionally and mentally is what Spirit is saying, okay? The next card in your overall energy is the acceptance card. So it's kind of like goes in line with what we were just saying. Whatever your situation is, you have to work out your feelings and emotions. And you do this by like not allowing it to like take a toll on you. And you do that by, like I said, taking a step back and seeing it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Anything worth anything is going to require like sacrifice, which it could be our time. Something we like, I'd rather be doing X, Y, and Z, but I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? You could be taking a class, you be working on your degree, and you got these classes that you take, and it's taking up all your energy and time. But what's the end goal? What am I working towards? Why am I doing this? Just kind of take a step back and remember why you're doing it, and then think about it. Like, before I was only here. Before I was only like 25% of the way complete. Now I'm like 50%. In another year, I'll be 75. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You have to like talk to yourself, like talk yourself through it, process through what you're feeling by being logical about the process and remembering why you're doing it or why you're going through it. You understand? Yeah. So, they said a lot of times we dodge our blind spots. Sometimes we don't want to look at something for what it is. And eventually that thing confronts us. So when that happens, so sometimes it's stuff that's like we disassociate from, like we don't want to deal with it at that time because maybe just we don't have the right mindset at that point to deal with it. So we just kind of like put it on the back burner. And then after a while it comes back up again because that's part of our lessons is to process through these repressed emotions or feelings or triggers because, we may not be able to deal with it right then. But we are going to have to eventually deal with it because that's how we become whole. That's how we become centered. That's how we become masters of our own selves, of our emotions, and then the universe. You understand? So when it comes up like that, no matter how painful, sometimes it is going to be chaotic. If you could see into the future and see that this is where I'm going to be, which means I'm going to get through these little things right here, this little chaotic time, you know what I'm saying? You would want to get through it faster. You would want to stop pushing it off and say, okay, let me deal with this right now. Let me have this hard conversation with this person about X, Y, and Z. Let me cry out these emotions about that breakup or how that person made me feel when they said X, Y, Z at work. You know what I'm saying? Go through it. Process through it so you can move on past it to your next best thing. It's important that we go through it. It has a purpose. We might not see it now, but in hindsight, we're going to understand exactly why we went through it. And most times when we go through things, it's because it's to help us become unstuck from a situation or later for us to help somebody that's in a similar situation, okay? Because that's our role to serve, humanity, okay? All right, so the last card in overall energy, and then we're going to go to the actual reading, is new beginnings. It's almost like the theme of your readings is a new beginning coming from you, which this might be the name of your reading, something like new beginnings coming or something like that. So you got a fresh start coming is what they're saying. A fresh start could be in terms of a relationship. It could be in love. It could be about health. You know what I'm saying? But it's talking about the new moon, like the new moon with the new beginning. So new moon is coming on, I think on November 13th is a new moon. So with the new moon, you're creating what you want. So it's out with the old, in with the new. So you're offered like a fresh start. It's like you have a clean slate to start with is what they're saying. So that's why they're saying process through all your triggers or repressed emotions, those things that you don't want to deal with. Process through that so you can clean your plate specifically for November 13th, because when the new moon comes, that's when we have those new business ideas. A new project is going to ride out with that new moon. But if we still clogged up with all this stuff that we don't feel like processing through, we're going to set ourselves back and have to wait to the next cycle for the opportunity to come up again. You understand? That's in so many ways, like emotionally, spiritually, in terms of like job positions, schooling. You know what I'm saying? You need to get your mind right, clear out all that stuff so that you can start fresh and move forward in life. Okay? All right. So that's the energy with the overall. So now moving over to the tarot. All right, so in your situation, Sagittarius, is you have the star and you have the abundance card, like the windfall abundance cards. And the star card talks about having faith in your future, knowing that you will make it there, nurturing yourself. See all that water? She's pouring into herself. You know what I'm saying? You making practical plans with the earth over here. You know what I'm saying? But you have to nurture those plans. And sometimes we have to nurture those plans by releasing repressed emotions and feelings, stress, or like our issues with our shadow side, which is those parts of ourselves that we put off that we don't want to deal with. We have to start dealing with that so we can release it so that we can start fresh, is what they're saying. They say you got big dreams coming true, positive changes that's going to end the challenging times that you're going through right now. So basically, there is light at the end of the tunnel, And then they're saying, in addition to all that healing and clearing stuff out and having a bright future, they're saying money's coming to you. There's a windfall of abundance coming to you. Some exciting new career change. Something's coming towards you based on all this work and this studying and this effort and this sacrificing that you've been making. You're going to have some type of money, like, or some kind of lucrative contract, some kind of like purchase of a home or a vehicle is abundance coming your way as a result. Okay. So they see that you have, things are going to start to feel more complete for you now. You're going to start to have harmony and gratitude. It may feel a little like sketchy right now, where you may have like anxiety. It's like little petty conflicts going on. Stuff just don't seem to be like settling right. But you're going through what we call a spiritual awakening. You know what I'm saying? You're elevating yourself to the next level. And when you go through awakenings, it's painful. It's like growing pains is what they're saying. Okay? So you having a second chance to heal any of these repressed emotions. Don't let this pass you up. And you have to wait to the next cycle to do this, is what they're saying, because you have the opportunity to have 10 of cups, emotional stability in your life. Okay? They're saying that things feel chaotic right now with the 5 of swords and the 9 of swords. 5 of wands and 9 of swords, because it feel like conflicts and petty things. You're having anxiety, maybe sleepless nights. You're not getting quality sleep. But they're saying it's okay. This is a renewal, and you're about to be liberated from all this energy, and you're going to have a more calmer energy and a more energy of gratitude and happiness, because you're moving through this, through your awakening. Okay? All right. So the energies that's around you, Saggies, right now, it is that loss of peace of mind with the 7 of swords, where and they're also saying it's not only just the loss of peace of mind because of what you're doing or what you're trying to accomplish. It's other people's energy. It's a lot of haters. When people seeing you glowing up or growing into your role, or the fact that you just might be a light worker and you're doing God's work, it's going to be people that try to hate on that, because that's just the nature of people in different forces in the universe, is what they're saying. Okay? So they're saying that things are about to start balancing out. So believe in what you're doing. Believe in what you're doing. That's what they want you to do. Believe in what you're doing and keep doing it with integrity. Don't matter if the people around you not using integrity. They want you to use integrity and believe in what you're doing so you can keep going, is what Spirit is saying. Okay? So it's a certain structure. Like, you're getting a lot of spiritual guidance. So if you're having dreams, pay attention to your dreams from your ancestors and, spiritual beings that's trying to communicate to you and give you that encouragement. It's helping you to structure yourself. It's helping you to gain insight and wisdom. So working through your emotional problems or things that hasn't worked in the past is helping you to gain a type of insight that's beyond the scope of you. It goes into other people and other situations and into the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Into like, you know what I mean? All right. So as you go through this time though, it's going to be like everything seems like in a disarray. Because it's like it's a restructuring that's going on within you. It's internally. But then it manifests on the outside too. Like it could be a financial disorganization. Like your finances up and down. Make sure you keep your priorities in check. Make sure you remember what the ultimate goal is. And you continue to work through this. You will get through it, is what they're saying. You're moving from like a turbulent time to a time where things are about to start working out. If you were sick or have some type of illness, you're recovering from that. You're starting to recover from that illness, okay? Harmony is basically going to be restored, and you're going to be in your energy where you're going to be your Sagittarius energy, energetic, passionate, what I'm saying, adventuresome. You're going to be driven to do what you need to do in your home, driven to do what you need to do in work, for school. What I'm saying? You're going to have that fiery energy again, is what they're saying, okay? All right, let's look at aspects of this energy. Okay, Saggies. Okay, this has the Knight of Wands, which is talking about you being confident, having your confidence come back as a result of working through this. because you're staying focused. And then when you stay focused, I mean, you being passionate about what your goals are. You have the Six of Wands, which is talking about victory. So, you being recognized for the work that you've been doing, whether it's in form of promotion, award, some type of scholarship, you're going to be recognized. So things are moving in the right direction. The whole thing with the Wands, things are moving. You know what I'm saying? It's victorious, okay? You got the Ten of Pentacles, which talks about achievement. So that's more achievement or establishing something for yourself or just financial security. With the Seven of Pentacles, so which means like you've been doing a work. So your work has been consistent over the past few years. You know what I'm saying? So now everything you invested in, the things you have to sacrifice, you're going to start to take stock and see, oh my God, it's starting to happen for me with the Nine of Pentacles. So you're going to start to see the effort that you put in turn into material wealth, or you're going to start to feel more self-sufficient about yourself, is what Spirit is saying, okay? All right, so let's look at what's testing the situation. What's testing the situation with Saggies is having more compassion towards yourself, towards others. Like, remember we talking about the parenting thing? So if you're having like struggles with child rearing, having more compassion, being more empathetic, using your abilities of like your psychic insights to kind of work you through it. So listen to your intuition. That's what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, when you want to nurture if you feel like you're nurturing everybody else, but you're not taking care of you, that makes you harsh and rigid. So you do got to take that time out for yourself and do things that makes you feel good, and it makes you a better nurturer. You understand? So the way you learn how to nurture is by nurturing yourself, basically. All right. Is this energy where the key, the test is when you pour into yourself, you automatically pour into others. When you take care of yourself first, it's easier for you to take care of others. Okay, so that's what it is. So you gotta have that balance, pouring into yourself before you can take care of others. That's the test. All right. So once you master that test, they're saying that. I'm gonna look at this right quick. Things are going to shift for you. Things are going to shift for you. You're going to start to feel more fulfillment, and you're going to see the bigger picture. And when you see the bigger picture, that's automatically going to lend to more confidence within yourself. Okay? So it's so many things. Like there's new businesses I see here. Somebody writing a book. Something with how you're doing your child rearing, maybe finishing school, getting a promotion somewhere. So it's just like everything's about to turn around, where it's going to be on an up cycle. Right now, things have been like on the lower cycle. You've been doing the work, putting the work in, trucking, got a little discouraged. It's okay because I know what I'm working towards. Now you're about to start seeing the bigger picture, which is your success, which is going to lend to happiness and prosperity for you. So it's like you're going to be like an artist, a really inspired artist that's building something, creating something new. So whatever it is that you're doing, even if it's something that's like something traditional, you're going to change the way it's done. You understand what I'm saying? It's like that's the energy. It's a new beginning, fresh start type energy. Paving a new way to doing an old thing. Teaching a dog new tricks. Basically, that's the energy. But in order to get to that, nurture yourself, which lends to more of you continue to nurture other people, your children, your family, people you work with, if you're a manager or you overseeing people, and doing that simple, just step back, it changes your perspective. You know what I'm saying? When you pour into yourself, you can pour into others more. So take care of you first. This is what Spirit is saying. All right, so aspects of this energy, Sagittarius. Let's see. You're going to gain a lot of personal power and strength during this process. This is going to come about through having compassion for yourself, compassion for others, offering forgiveness where it's needed. Because remember I was saying when you work on that shadow aspect of you, those parts, those traumatizing parts of yourself that keeps coming up, you keep pushing back. When you finally work through it, you're going to work on forgiveness, because that's what it really is. We take it, like we get so caught up in like the technicality of stuff and everything that went wrong, and he said, she said, and this happened, I can't let that go because this is this. But the truth is, you do need to let it go. You need to forgive yourself, forgive the person, so you can move to the next phase of your life. The longer you stay in this chaotic mindset of holding on to what somebody did to you, the longer you're going to stay in a cycle, and the less fast you're going to go towards your goals. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. So forgiveness and compassion is what's going to give you strength to bring you out of this situation and move like quicker, almost like skipping timelines to move to the next phase in your life. What's holding you back is your own repressed feelings, emotions, thought, unforgiveness towards yourself or other people is what they're saying. Okay? So they want you to kind of remain like fear-minded, kind of logic. Sometimes it's good to get in touch with your emotions, but you can feel your emotions, but what they really want you to do is process through them. So how you process through them, you logic your way through it. You talk through it. Like, okay, like what, I mean, holding on to this, what is it doing for me? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you do want to hold on. You do want to be mad, which is okay. But like, give yourself a time limit. Even if you're sad. If I'm sad or if I'm frustrated, I'm crying, I'm going to give myself this much time for this pity party. Tomorrow I'm going to go out and start working on X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Or just, you know what I'm saying? Just logic your way through it. Like, why does this make me mad? Like, why does this irritate me when this person says that? And then like, okay, it's because X, Y, Z. I do that with my sister all the time. Like, you know why that makes me mad? Because it reminds me of this. So I'm identifying my triggers. So once you acknowledge what your triggers are, it doesn't have power anymore. The whole reason stuff has power because we're not clear on what it is or why we feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Or we might kind of know, but we don't want to explore because I don't feel like going down that road. You have to clear it out so you can move forward is what they're saying. And a lot of times it's other people's conflict that keeps us pulled down to a certain level. Okay? So walk away from drama. It's other people's stuff. That's what it is. Saggy, that's what it is. You're healing. You're elevating. And because you're elevating, it's probably people around you that's still in that energy and they keep trying to pull you back down with their drama. Rise above it. Walk away from it. Simple advice. That's just advice, okay? So, let me see what I got. Let me clarify these cards right here. You had a 4 of Pentacles and a 5 of Pentacles right here. So let's talk. Listen, I feel like some of you is the issue of other people trying to hold you back. Or be possessive of you, or not want to let you go, or not want to release you. You know what I'm saying? So like, I call that like when people try to hold on to you energetically through these cords. So I spoke about cord cutting exercises before. That's when you imagine you go into meditation, get a deep meditation where you're completely calm, calling your angels and spirit guides, calling protection. You imagine a person who you feel like has a deep tie to you that's in a negative way standing in front of you. I always like you to imagine those people wearing white because white represents the purest form, you know, in terms of like everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no lower energies there. So you want the person's higher self there. White represents their higher self to me. So we're in white flowing clothes. So they're flowing and fluid. And you imagine a cord that's connecting. It could be to any of your chakras. It could be through your heart chakra, this cord. It could be big, small, medium. It could be through your throat chakra. It could be through your third eye. It could be through your crown, your root, sacral, solar. Imagine it. And then like look at that person and then talk to the higher self. Like say, hey, I love you, but I'm no longer going to let you hold on to me in this way. And then imagine Archangel Michael coming and cut the cord and then pull it out your body. And then put this white protective bubble around you. So the person is not pulling from you or holding you down. Okay, so I feel like a lot of people try to control you energetically. So cut those cords is what they're saying. When you do that, you're going to see things differently. Because sometimes other people's energy just holding us there because they don't want to see us lift up. It's like you trying to float. You want to be free, like your balloon, they got helium in it, and then like somebody holding on to the stem don't want to let you be free. You cut the cord, now you can float and you can rise above all that, and you can move on to your next best thing, moving away from that person and their energy, because not saying that they're horrible, bad people, but they're not where you are right now, and you're paving a path. You can't wait on them to get to where you are. You pave the path for them. You show them through what you do, and you motivate them to come up. You understand? That's the energy that I'm feeling. Okay. So yeah, that's what it is. So there's a lot of people that's causing some of this tension and strife in your life because they don't want to see you win. But once they see you win, you're actually going to be a motivating force for them. Okay? That's what Spirit is saying. Yep. Meditate on that now. Meditate and cut those cords is what Spirit is saying. Okay. Outcome based on the current energy. You guys are going through a spiritual awakening. So if you're having some discomforts, headaches, unexplained hunger, don't know what you got a taste for, just weird body symptoms, you're going through a awakening. And as you go through this awakening, it's like you gaining insight and you seeing things in a different light. So it's like you're embracing things differently. You feel like you're juggling a lot because it's a deep cellular restructuring that's going on with you when you go through an awakening, a kundalini rising is what some people call it. So so it feels a little chaotic. Stuff seems a little bit out of control. Finances kind of up and down. You're trying to balance multiple things, but this is going to lead you to wealth with the King of Pentacles here. You are the magician. You can change this in the way that you want it to be, but you got to let go of all your limitations. That's people pulling from you. That's your fears. That's the stuff you haven't worked through, and then you can create something better. Is what they're saying. Ace of Pentacles at the end, new opportunity, manifesting, blessings coming through, legacies, sowing a seed, all that, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this was an excellent reading. It makes me not even want to get advice, but let me get some advice. Let me get some advice before I close it out for you, okay? Okay, angels and spirit guides, thank you so much for this lovely reading for Saggies. Send enlightened love to all those entities and send enlightened love to you, Sagittarius. Give me some advice for the Saggies as we close the reading out in Jesus' name. Okay, the card you got right here says heart song. What is your heart saying? Stop and listen. Your truth lies within the empty spaces between your thought. Your truth shines from within your soul. Your truth is what? Is that which is eternal and unchanging. Your truth is love. Focus on love. That's the truth. That's your heart song. Do one more. I just want to do 3. This message for Sedgie. Mindfulness. Be mindful of others' feelings and needs. Remember, nurturing your children, nurturing family members or people you work with. Someone needs your love right now. A loving thought is all it takes. So sending out love, sending hearts all over the world today. That Chris Brown song, that's what I'm picking up from this card. Okay, last one, and then we're going to close it out. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up button if it resonated with you. Share the video to get the video out there to help other people. Okay, Archangel Raphael. Feel yourself surrounded by my emerald green light. I, Archangel Raphael, offer you healing and solace. The storm clouds will soon clear and the sun will shine eternally bright. Just trust the process. Is that nice or what? Okay, that's what I have for you. Until next time.